Hello everyone, and I have a very beautiful chess game to show you. I think you have to see this one. In this chess game we have Mikhail Chigorin with the white pieces, who played 2 World Chess Championship matches against Wilhelm Steinitz, losing both times, and who was a famous Russian chess master, and maybe the last great romantic of chess, who played in the style of romantic chess, and his opponent was another Russian chess master, not very well known, Sergey Lebedev. So this chess game was played in the second All-Russian Masters chess tournament in Moscow in 1901, and Chigorin won this tournament very easily, actually. So he played 17 games and he won 16 of them, and he drew only one time. So basically, he didn't lose any games. He completely dominated the tournament. So let's see what happened. E4, E5, knight to F3, knight to F6. So we have the Russian game, D4 by Chigorin. Knight takes on E5 is more popular than D4, but D4 is also logical. Knight takes on E4, bishop to D3, defending the knight, and then knight takes on E5. Developing the bishop, and both players castled. C4, undermining the knight. C6, supporting the d-pawn, developing the knight, exchanging. Bishop takes knight, pawn takes, bishop takes, and white has the bishop pair. Not exchanging, and a4, a pawn sacrifice for the rapid development. Rook over. Well, if capturing the pawn, then rook over. And if queen takes the c-pawn, then computer engine says bishop to a3 is a very strong move, and you can see that white is developing extremely quickly and black is cramped. So rook over, queen to h5, aiming at the f-pawn. So we have rook over, bishop to a3, queen to d7, and black seems very cramped and behind in the development. This is advantage for white. And what happens if capturing the pawn? So basically Chigorin is leaving the e-pawn, but the queen must defend the f-pawn. Queen takes on f7, and then rook over, and black is in trouble. There is also no back rank issues, because you can see that this bishop can go back to f1 and defend. So queen to d7, but this is blocking the bishop, and black is looking very cramped, and white has the bishop here, and white is so much more flexible. Rook over, queen to f5, offering to exchange the queens. Queen to h4, declining because white is better, and then finally queen takes on e5. Pawn sacrifice, and black is a pawn up, but still black is way behind in the development. f4, the best move, queen to f6, insisting. What happens if queen takes on c3? Then white has an incredible tactic in this position. Can you spot that tactic if I give you a couple of seconds? Okay, did you see queen to e7? Because black also has back rank problem, and how to defend in this position. Actually, believe it or not, but there is no good defense. So if rook takes, then rook up, and black is getting checkmated. So what a beautiful tactic that was. Queen to f6, and Chigorin simply exchanges the queens, and damaging the pawn structure in the king side, and rook lift, the best move, and he will use his rook when attacking the king. His dark square bishop, his light square bishop is also doing an amazing job. So bishop to e6, check, king to h8, and the stage is set for the attack. So black is trying to develop, but it is too late actually. It is white to play and win. Chigorin played a fantastic and a very cool looking move. He played this amazing move, bishop to e7. We can see that Chigorin is offering both of his bishops, but black can't take neither of them, and Lebedev played h5, question mark, but we will of course check out what happens if rook takes bishop, then rook up, and black is getting checkmated. Rook takes rook, checkmate. So black can take the dark square bishop, but what happens if capturing the other bishop? If bishop takes on c4, then this time bishop takes on f6 is a very bad news, because this is check and mate. And the rook on g3 cuts the g file as well. So basically after bishop to e7, Mikhail Chigorin is threatening checkmate. Bishop to e7 exclamation point. So defending with pushing the pawn. But which move was better? Actually knight to d7 was better, developing and defending on f6, but white is still winning. With the simple tactic, rook takes on d7, and of course Chigorin was going to see this. And if rook takes, then rook takes and white is a rook up. And if bishop takes, it is very simple, of course, then bishop takes is check and mate. Okay, so in this position, white can also play bishop takes, but I think rook takes is better. Rook takes and then bishop takes, and then rook from g to d3, and white is a piece up. So bishop to e7 and then pushing the pawn, but this leads to forced checkmate. Everything was losing for Lebedev. Chigorin simply captured on f6 and Lebedev resigned. Let me show you the possible continuation. There is forced checkmate with two bishop combining with the rook. A very beautiful checkmate. Only move, check, and then check, check, and mate. What an incredible chess game by Mikhail Chigorin. He completely dominated this tournament without losing a single game. Out of 17 games, he won 16 games, and he drew on one time. So, okay, I hope to see you again with more interactive chess games. Take care and bye-bye.